Welcome to Uncommon Courtesy.
We give you the courtesy of conversation.
That's uncommonly spoke of.
I'm D-Mac,
I'm Wesley.
and this is the show. How y'all doing today on this fabulous Monday here, 7/1/2024? We are live and direct.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. It's been a crazy kind of a day today. I don't know if you've been watching, for everybody who's out there, if y'all been watching the news cycle, I'm pretty sure some of you have. Um Donald Trump's had a great day today. I would consider, you know what I mean? I don't know how you feel about that, but I feel like his day ended up very, very, very well.
I've been saying what's gonna happen. Nobody wanted to listen, but now it's coming into view, isn't it?
I mean, it seems like it is, ain't it?
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, so far they've overturned the Supreme Court. Donald Trump Supreme Court has overturned Roe versus Wade. They've overturned the Chevron. That was 40 years. President Roe versus Wade was 50 years. Overturned affirmative action, 60 years of presidents. Allowed cities to criminalize homelessness, and it's all because one man became president in 2016. And now, you know what you want to tell them what they did today?
yeah, absolutely, man. The Supreme Court on Monday ruled for the first time that former presidents have broad immunity from prosecution, extending the delay in the Washington criminal case against Donald Trump on charges he plotted to overturn his 2020 presidential election loss, and all but ending prospects the former president could be tried before the November election. In a historic 6-3 ruling, the court's conservative majority, including 3 justices appointed by Trump, narrowed the case against him and returned it to trial court to determine what is left of special counsel Jack Smith's indictment. Trump celebrated a big win on X. President Joe Biden said the justice set a dangerous precedent that undermines the rule of this nation. The ruling reflects a muscular view of the presidential power and left dissenting judges to criticize it as undermining the core democratic principle that no person is above the law. Yeah, man. This is pretty crazy how they pretty much said that he can do whatever, a president can do whatever they want. This is extreme, really, at this point in time. This court that we have right now, they're ideologues and they're extreme and they're far, far right. I thought that Justice Roberts wasn't, but when you start looking at it, Alito and Thomas run this court, and they've brought in Kagan and Kavanaugh, and I can't remember the other ones. Not Kagan. I'm sorry about that. Kagan's she's a left leaning judge, but I know they brought in Kavanaugh and the other 2 people. I can't remember their names that Trump brought in, and they're really, really turning this court into just giving themselves broad discretion to pretty much do whatever they want to do.
Well, I mean, think about it. Clarence Thomas's wife helped plan January 6th. So, of course, he's going to vote against anything that has to do with his wife getting locked up because that's going to be on him. Alito, he's with the stuff, so he don't care. He's going to vote against it anyways. You know what's stupid is I told you, and I've said this before to our listeners, I'm like, they waited too long to start prosecuting these people. Yeah. You did it during an election year, and now it looks bad on you, but it's too late. The damage is done. I said democracy died when all those people were allowed to walk away from January 6th. The people that helped plan it, that got to still make laws in our country, still got to make laws in our country. Yep. And this man gets to run for office again. Democracy died years ago. These people are just holding on because they're trying to get as much money as they can. At this point, it's kind of like the Democrats is weak and they're along for the ride because they're still going to get to keep their power and to get their money. That's all it is. It's money and power. But, under Trump, when he becomes president, because it's probably going to happen, he's going to rule like a king and never leave. And a lot of things are going to change. And like for me as a foundational Black American, I'm like, cool, let's see where it goes. Can't get any worse than it is now.
Yeah, I mean, it's when you really sit back and you look at it, they're saying that even with the prosecution that he had, it was like he's protected from the action of going to his Justice Department and trying to get the results overturned because that was an official act. So now a president can go to his own Justice Department and tell them, hey, I want you to help overturn the results of an election. That's crazy to me. I mean, that tells you that's too much discretion that means whatever governing party is in office can stay in office pretty much.
Well, see, that's the whole thing. This is the whole thing. See, the Democrats have an opportunity to actually just be like, all right, cool, well, forget it then. Let's lock everybody up. Let's do this. Let's do that. But they won't do it. They have this more, it's kind of like this movie. You ever seen it called Mom and Dad Save the World?
No, I didn't see that.
Okay, this movie, the mom gets taken to this place with John Lovitz, and on the planet, everyone's idiots.
Hmm.
So everyone's too stupid. Like they have a bomb where it says "Don't pick me" or it says "Pick me up," and all the people pick it up and they get blown up by this bomb. And that's kind of how the Democrats are. They're trying to play by this rule book, and the people across aren't playing by the rule book. Excuse me. As soon as they let them take abortion away, you should have done something. As soon as these people try to overthrow the government, why am I even wasting my time with these people? They're idiots. Whatever. I'm glad I live in fucking Washington because I don't have to deal with this. We can just the whole West Coast can just separate and we can be done with the rest of y'all. We don't need you at all. At all. We have everything we need. We have guns, weed, fishing, hunting, everything, all the way up and down. And we're touched to both borders, the whole West Coast. So I don't care. Good luck, Midwesters.
And that's what it sounds like. But I think a lot of these people really genuinely think that this is good for them. I had some debates today on Facebook. You know, we're just having like regular talks with people, and these people live in like the middle of the country. So they live in the middle of the country. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure some of them have it. They're living okay, but I know a vast majority of you are not. Vast majority of you are probably poor. You're probably on some type of Medicaid or whatever you want to say, Medicare, whatever you want to call it.
Well, they don't care about that. It's not about them, how they live. It's about how the rest of us are living. They know their life ain't nothing. They don't want us to have a good life. That's the point. They're like, look, I'm down here in this pile of shit, and I need y'all to be down here in a pile of shit too. So I can still be, well, I'm white and I'm better than you. I'm a Republican, I'm better than you. That's basically what it is. I mean, it's crazy. Imagine having a daughter, right? You live in the Midwest, your state doesn't have an abortion law. You have a daughter. She gets sexually assaulted by 5 immigrants from Mexico. And now she has to keep the Mexican baby because your state laws say it's okay. And she's 11.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Crazy, right? They don't think about that. Like I was talking to a girl the other day. She's like, yeah, in 3 years, I'm about to move to Texas. I'm like, whoa, why are you going to Texas? I'm like, they have anti-abortion laws. She's like, yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm not worried about it. I'm like, yeah, you're not having no more kids. I was like, but you have a daughter. And then she was like, damn, I didn't think about that. She's like, well, I guess I can't move to Texas. I'm like, nah.
She ain't gonna worry about that when it comes time. I really feel like this ruling is just it's really catastrophic, man, to just the whole system of law. Once you tell a person, what they basically saying is that you better make sure you elect somebody who has good morals because he's pretty much a king now. You pretty much made them a king. Anything he does that they can deem an official act is okay.
And he lies about everything too. So it's just like, hey, you know, I saw Hillary Clinton. I saw one of her emails from 2016, and it said something about she wanted to take Donald Trump out.
And now I want to take her. I want to put her in jail because this is and he can do it. That doesn't mean that there doesn't have to be a due process and then judges. I mean, once you corrupt the judges and they know you have absolute power, there's nothing. People will do anything you say. If you have that type of, I can't believe this court did that. Really, I really can't believe it.
You think? Come on now. They all lied under oath and overturned Roe versus Wade. I mean, like that should have just been, but the Democrats had their chance to just make that a staple in the country. They don't have the backbone to run this country the way it needs to be run. Donald Trump and them are going to try to take us back to the 40s, which is happening. It's happening, folks. There's nothing you're going to do to stop that from happening now. You had your chance. You should, hey, what'd you say? Your Bernie Sanders voters say, feel the burn? You feel the burn yet? You feeling that burn? I'm glad I live on the West Coast. I ain't got to deal with it. And if I do, I'm fleeing to Canada. Actually, I'd rather go to Mexico and join the cartel.